Hi, my name is Peyton Halbrook, and today I'm going to be talking about the Coldplay Kiss Cam affair that happened earlier this year. So in this picture, it's Coldplay's concert, just from a bunch of different ones. I got them from Pinterest, and it shows the Jumbotron in the middle. That's them performing, and they also put their fans up there, just so you kind of have an idea of what it looks like when they do this, because it has to do with this Kiss Cam affair. So basically, Coldplay had a concert in Massachusetts on their tour earlier this year, and in one segment referred to by the fans as the Jumbotron song, they started doing this, and during this part of the show, the band uses concert cameras to scan the crowd and picture fans on the large stadium screen. As people appear on the big screen, the leader, his name's Chris Martin, improvises short lyrics or remarks referencing those shown. By greeting them or making playful comments, he just tries to include the audience members in their performance. That's the goal. So then here we have Chris Martin as pictured, and this is also from Pinterest. Basically, a playful moment on the Jumbotron turned into viral speculation after Chris Martin made the joking remark mid-performance. And now, as a result of this, two tech executives are at the center of controversy, with social media users piecing together their identities and their personal lives. So on this next slide, it shows the couple, and I just wanted to talk about how did this whole situation come about. This picture is from Araco TV, and a few audience members had been shown up on the big screen previously before they were showed, and it panned over to this couple in the crowd. As you can see, it's a middle-aged couple, and they seem to be embracing. The man had his arms around the woman's chest, and her fingers were intertwined with him, and that's according to the New York Post. As soon as they are shown, they panic, which you can see the woman covers her face and turns away, and the man ends up ducking out of the view. The Coldplay singer goes on to make his playful comment, except the couple acted so appalled to be on camera. So Chris Martin says either they're having an affair or they're just very shy. Because of their awkward reaction, the moment immediately registered as suspicious, not a cute kiss cam moment, but more of a red flag moment. And a clip of the interaction was posted on X and TikTok, and after so, it went completely viral. And then to show the aftermath of this Coldplay moment, the clip blew up very quickly, and viewers researched to find who this couple was. It turned out to be Astronomer CEO Andy Bryan, which you can see pictured here from Leeds Live website, and the firm's Chief Human Resources Officer, Kristen Cabot. Both reportedly remained married to the other people, which means the reaction was due to an affair, and a messy one at that, whenever the Coldplay video was taken. The internet users flooded Bryan's LinkedIn with references to the Coldplay moment, including comments like "caught on the Jumbotron" and "Coldplay's setlist update: a sky full of stars, fix you, the CEO of Astronomer getting caught cheating," and that was via Fox News. Following the backlash, Bryan deleted his LinkedIn profile, and Cabot, according to a now-deleted LinkedIn post, had joined Astronomer approximately 7 months ago from the moment that this was taken, and has over 20 years of experience in people and culture leadership. The company was founded in 2018 and is a New York-based software development firm. Online commenters also found Bryan's wife's Facebook page and posted messages of sympathy, with some encouraging her to get a good lawyer, quotation marks, and that was from via 7 News. Observers noted that she has since removed Bryan's surname from her profile. And we can see here, as pictured on the slide, that the statement from CEO Andy Bryan was released on July 17th, 2025, and he says, "I want to acknowledge the moment that has been circulating online and the disappointment it's caused. What was supposed to be a night of music and joy turned into a deeply personal mistake playing out on a very public stage. I want to sincerely apologize to my wife, my family, and the team at Astronomer. You deserve better from me as a partner, as a father, and as a leader. This is not who I want to be or how I want to represent the company I helped build. I'm taking time to reflect, to take accountability, and to figure out the next steps. Personally and professionally, I ask for your privacy as I navigate that process. I also want to express how troubling it is that what should have been a private moment became public without my consent. I respect artists and entertainers, but I hope we can all think more deeply about the impact of turning someone else's life into a spectacle. As a friend once sang, lights will guide you home and ignite your bones, and I will try to fix you." This is from thetab.com. It ended up becoming so iconic that Citizens Bank Park in Philadelphia on Friday night, for instance, the mascot for the Philadelphia Phillies baseball team was shown on the Jumbotron, mimicking the viral incident. The Arizona Diamondbacks also had a field day with the meme, and the stadium's kiss cam caught the team mascot locked in an embrace with a St. Louis Cardinals fan before the pair also took evasive action, posting a clip of the incident on X. The Diamondbacks wrote, "Okay, now listen, are you two a couple? Are you two a legitimate couple?" It's not just the mascot. Fans across the country have also seized on the moment. Footage posted to social media shows couples at America First Field in Utah and Truist Park in Atlanta showing off their versions of the moment. And a few of these are pictures. And then another one here from the Philadelphia Phillies was also posted on Twitter.
All right, come on, you okay? What? Either they're having an affair or they're just very shy.
Okay. And then next, I wanted to talk about the comparisons and responses from the Coldplay kiss cam in quotation marks. Here I pictured a kiss cam picture from Pinterest and just putting basically an X or a caution on it because based off the responses and the situation that come from this, it ended up blowing up into a huge incident. And according to CBS News, Andy Bryan has resigned, and Astronomers' board of directors accepted the resignation, saying it will begin a search for a replacement. The company said that it launched a formal investigation into Bryan after the video of him went viral online. And as stated previously, Astronomer is committed to the values and culture that have guided us since our founding. Our leaders are expected to set the standard in both conduct and accountability, and recently that standard was not met. This is according to the New York company, and they released this statement online. Also, Kristen Kabat's resignation came just a few days after Bryan's resignation, and according to People magazine, less than a month after the scandal, she divorced her husband as well. And while some people and a lot of the media outlets have referred to it as a kiss cam, the band clarified that the intention is not to prompt romantic kisses in any way. It's simply meant as a friendly crowd interaction moment, and that was according to Complex, that stated Chris Martin wanted to set the record straight. From this situation, I feel like we can also apply two relevant concepts from crisis communication theory, and I've listed them here: the three stages of media coverage, and also message, clarity, and framing. So in crisis communications literature, a crisis often evolves through three overlapping phases. You have pre-crisis, which is like the prevention or preparation. It anticipates risk and builds policies for companies. Then you have crisis event and peak media coverage. This is the moment when the incident occurs and social media erupts. And then you also have post-crisis, which is the recovery moment. And it's when organizations try to restore credibility, clarify what happened, and prevent reoccurrence of this. So the moment of the Jumbotron video, when it went viral, the embrace, the ducking, hiding, the crowd and band reacting, that was clearly the crisis event, and it triggered widespread public attention and peak media coverage. The next part was Astronomers' response. So they had an investigation, a public statement, and they eventually had the resignation from Bryan. And that falls under the post-crisis recovery stage because they attempted damage control and accountability. And then just from all of this, Coldplay's decision to address the audience directly at later shows, clarifying intent and reaffirming the segment's purpose, is also part of the recovery phase because they were trying to restore the band's image and reframe from Jumbotron to tradition, making it not seem as it's something that should be negative at their concerts. Then we also have crisis communication theory, emphasizing the importance of clear, honest messaging, consistent framing, and increasingly in the social media era of social listening. So clarity and framing is organizations having the ability to avoid ambiguous or misleading messages. They must acknowledge what happened and express commitment to values and clarifying their next steps. A lot of times, social listening and adaptation. They should monitor public sentiment, respond to misinformation or fake statements, and show that they understand stakeholders' concerns. This applies to the situation because astronomers' statement that the board initiated an investigation and its expectation of leadership accountability is a fairly clear framing, acknowledging there is an issue and committing to standards that aligns with their best practices. Coldplay's frontman directly addressed the audience to clarify the nature of the Jumbotron segment. It's not a kiss cam, and acknowledge the public discomfort, reframing the controversy as a misinterpretation of intent, and that's also in line with good message clarity and audience-centered communication. And then, as always, there's always a strength and weakness that we can learn from any situation, and that is the strength of the situation, I believe, was from astronomers' response that they gave relatively quickly. The investigation was announced, a public statement was announced, and rejection of any false statements that were going around, any rumors, and of the CEO's resignation was also published publicly. And the weakness of this is that the astronomer did not, from what's publicly known, provide any more detailed transparency about the situation. There was no specifics of their investigation, just that they were going to give one, or their timeline, or their findings. It was a very general message, which could leave room for further speculation if it was to be taken further. And then also, as pictured here, you can see both the couple was having a picture taken with from the New York Post. It shows Brian and Cabot working together at the tech firm Astronomer. And then lastly, the overall of the lessons learned, I believe, were for the companies to publicly make a statement acknowledging the crisis situation and make it known that they do not agree with actions and it does not represent them as a whole. And this was done, and I think that's a great way to handle it. And by the two employees who made the situation into a crisis resigning from the company, it helped keep the company's reputation intact. Also, knowing when to take things lightly, it acknowledged certain situations with care, but know that some things can be handled with humor to move on from the scandal. For example, Coldplay's band released a statement to the public making sure the persona of their Jumbotron skit in the concert is not considered a kiss cam. It's a way to talk to the fans. And he also lightheartedly followed up by stating, as shown here, if you're not prepared to be on international news, please duck. And you can see him on the Jumbotron singing and having his concert, and I got this from complex.com. Thank you for listening.